Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us right here on the live show. That is right, Houston's TejanoHits.com. Hope you guys are having a great evening. Thank you so much for those of you that are tuned in right now. I want to send a big shout out to Mr. Ricky Duran, also también, who's the Joker, is tuned in también. Share the live, guys. If you guys are tuned in, share the live. Everybody over on Tejano TV también, we're streaming it live. Watch the show, enjoy it, and check this out. We got a great guest for you guys right now tonight, and we're going to learn a lot of stuff from Angelica y Moneda. All right, that's right. So welcome back to the show, Angelica.
Hi, how are you? How are you guys?
Amazing. We are doing great. We had a little hiccup there, but we got through it. All
Oh,
right.
yeah. And everybody knows, I was telling you, every person who's interviewed me, they think it's me. It's not me. It's the technology that well, it's complicated. All my profiles. We were having a
Yes,
conversation about it.
about 20 of them. Okay, something
Yeah.
like that. So yes, definitely. But when she's on, she is live now. Yes, and big shout out to everybody out there in San Antonio in the area out there that's tuned in también. So thank you
Yeah.
guys, Angelica y Moneda. She is
Yes.
here on the show tonight, and a lot of great things happening with you, Angelica.
Yeah.
We're talking about your new single.
Yes.
I mean, a lot of great things, but we're going to jump on that. But what's been going on with you guys lately? I know you were doing some studio work recently, and you're
Yeah,
trying to
we
finish up.
went. Yes, we have to finish our EP in the next week or so. So we're scrambling. We've had a couple people sick on our team, and there some kids sick, and so family first always.
Yes, of
And
course.
so we just had a lot going on. Of course, Mother's Day and all the things. But yeah, so we're scrambling a little bit. All this, we have 6 songs on this EP, and the EP is titled La Casa de Moneda, and so that just kind of we came up with that title earlier this summer, and it
Hmm.
just kind of speaks to the team behind Grupo Moneda, and it's the team, our distributor,
Hmm.
our publicist, our musicians, our studio, Eddie Perez, Mikey Rodriguez, just the whole team, our families. It's just the whole team that falls underneath
Right.
Moneda, the people who
Yeah.
back and support Moneda, you guys, everybody who supports Grupo Moneda, they're part of this house that we're trying to build, this foundation, and so yes, we've been scrambling to finish this EP. All the songs are mostly done, but like on one song, there was a lead keyboard track that we had to send back to the studio.
Hmm.
There's just a couple things, vocal things that I'm going to touch up on tomorrow, um, but we've got to hurry because we've got to then get it uploaded to all the digital platforms. I worked on the cover art today. Just
Awesome.
now, about a couple hours, I finished it and sent it out to get everybody's approval. We have a gig next weekend, I think, in West Texas. So just a lot going on. Definitely a lot going on.
A
With
lot.
us.
Very, very busy. But I mean, busy is a good thing too. So
It
that's
is. It
great.
is. It
Yes,
is.
and blessed. So it's awesome. And we're going
Yes.
to get to play your song throughout this interview
Yay.
también. And we have
Yay.
another one that we'll share también as well.
Okay.
We'll get to. But your current single right now, Extrañame Ahora, Baby, is killing. I mean, it's kicking. It's doing everywhere.
Yeah.
Doing great things. And tell me a little bit about the track itself, the song. I mean, how a little bit, give me the behind the scenes songwriting,
Well,
the
yeah.
whole works.
We came about it. Oh, I want just really quickly. Thank you. The
Awesome.
bartender, the
Yeah.
bartender has come by with my drink. Shout out to Tweet
Shout out
Waters
to Tweet.
because Tweet saved the day on this interview. He was the one who got me hooked up with his account instead of mine. So,
Yeah.
but the song was written. There are two songwriters, Martin Gill and Mr. Alfaro. They wrote "Extrañame Ahora, Baby," and they sent us quite a few songs. This EP, the songwriters this time around, it was different. Usually we're reaching out to songwriters, and thank God, thank you God that you've put us in this position where
Hmm.
the songwriters writers reached out to us and said, I have some songs, I'd love for you to hear your voice on some of our music. And so anyway, so Martin Gill and Starfato, they sent us this song last fall, late last fall, when we were starting to have discussions with Eddie Bettis and Michael Rodriguez about, where we wanted to record, kind of, just different things. Eddie Bettis is working out of Green Studios, which is in Green, Texas, close to New Braunfels, Seguin.
Mhm.
Beautiful studios. Um, and so they sent us the song, but we did things a little differently in that we collected about 30 songs. We listened to all of them, and we made a short list, and then we made a shorter list. So this time around, it was just different. Whereas before, in the on the projects that I've worked on before, we'll do one song, we'll put it out,
Right.
then we'll get another song, we'll put it out, so it's kind of, one at a time every 3 months or so. This time, we picked all the songs, and then we started working on them two or three at a time. So they're, like I said, they're all about 98% done. Um, and
Just
we're
that
ready.
little bit, just that little bit
Yeah,
that's left, right?
that little salt, más
Yeah.
necesita a little bit of
Yeah.
salt on a few, and then we're done. And then we're done. So we're excited about it. We're really excited about this music.
That's awesome, and you should be. I mean, doing great things. I mean, we're talking about, you guys formed back in what 2020? Was it 2022 or was it 2022?
Yeah, I give or take, give or take. I know I came into Tejano music in 21, 22. I won my TTMA,
Yes,
and so
and
that
also
so
my
I
Tejano
was
Award, also my
yeah,
Tejano
my
Awards from
Tejano
you.
Award from the Valley. Shout out to all our fans from the Valley. So I was still a solo artist at that time. So I was 22. So 23 is when we formed. The summer of 23. So it's been about 2 years now. So as a band, as a
As a
band.
band, right, right.
Yeah, as a band. So Grupo Moneda came about. Of course, Tweet Wattis and I formed the band together. And so we've just been hustling. He was just talking to somebody, another artist on the phone just now, and, talking about how difficult it is to manage a
To
band,
manage a band.
yeah, manage a band and keep it going. And we also have Velvet
Hmm.
on the English side of things. And
Yes.
so it's complicated. It's really
It's
complicated,
very complicated. For those of you that
Uh,
are watching out there that have not seen a live show from, Angelica, whether it be Velvet or Angelica Moneda, you guys got to get out there and check out a live show. I had the opportunity, and we've come across these guys at an event we had a few years back, and not
yeah.
it was not about a year and a half, I
It
would
was the
say. Not too
VFW,
long.
right?
Yes,
A
uh-huh.
VFW? Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
That
killed
was
it. I still
fun.
have great video from that as well. So yes,
Yeah,
it was amazing. It was a great
yeah.
show, and
We love what we do, and I'm blessed to be working with some really great musicians. And sometimes you got to switch a couple musicians out, but
mhm,
they're all great. They're amazing, and I tell people this all the time. I've worked in the cover world, English music for 10 years now,
mhm.
7, 8, I don't know, 8, 9 years now, and I never knew that the people I knew then. I didn't know any Tejano musicians. I didn't know anybody in Tejano during those years, but the same musicians that I've worked with in the English cover world
Mhm.
are on this album.
Wow.
So our
Okay.
our work, and so they have worked and crossed, between the Tejano worlds. Like this, I'm going to do this, like uh, they've
Yeah.
crossed, but I hadn't. I had
Yeah.
not at the time. And I just never knew. I never knew this world existed in terms of the recording community. I just didn't know. And I sound a little ignorant saying that, but I just didn't know. I never had that
Yeah.
opportunity, or the doors never opened for me in this realm, and I love
Hmm.
it. I love it. I'm loving it, and we're just really enjoying what we're doing. So
Yes, that is amazing. But I'm going to send some shout outs right quick, Angelica, before we
yes,
carry on here. Albert Miranda says, Saludos, Tejano. What is it? Tejano, I am from, well, he says you're from San Antonio, Texas. Happy
hi,
Thursday. Saludos, Angelica.
yes, yes. Hi, how are you? How are you, Javier? Is it Javier?
Yes, well,
My
Albert
eyes.
Albert Miranda.
Oh, Albert Miranda.
Albert
Hi, I
Miranda.
see the
Yes.
last name. Hello,
Yeah.
hello. How are you? Have you downloaded our new song? Have you followed me on all digital platforms? We would love a follow, and please download it, spin it every day. Extrañame ahora, baby is our latest single, and it's going to be a part of the EP La Casa de Moneda.
There you go, Albert. So go out there and give her a follow on her social media pages
Yes.
and go out there and add that song to your playlist. I mean, all right.
Yes. Yes, please.
Mr. Juan Mendoza Jr. from Tejano TV is watching as well. What's up, homies? We're watching on Tejano TV right now, he says.
So Juan, he knows. They've called me out on my technological issues. Am I right? They did last time. They actually had a recorded video of me saying, "Ah, this never happens. It happened again."
It happened again, Juan. Yes, and we have video. No, I'm kidding. I'm
See?
kidding. We don't.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It does. I can't help it. It's not me. I keep telling it's not me. I'm kind of smart. Anyway,
But he does have a concert from you guys. You can watch her concert on Tejano TV as well, guys. So
yes.
definitely.
And we actually, people are always asking us, "Do y'all have any videos? Do you have any videos? Any music videos?" Well, I did notice that you shared our secret video,
Hmm.
and I mentioned that on another interview. They were like, "Do you have any videos?" I'm like, "Yeah, well, we have a video, but we never released it. We never talked about it. We just like, oh, it's on, put it on Facebook," and then we never said anything about it. It's my very first one. It was for our song "Por Tu Amor" from the Karma EP,
Hmm.
and I'm real funny about stuff that I'm like, people are probably thinking, oh, she's always taking pictures and always on social media, and I I don't like a lot of it. I'll do it because it's part of the job, right?
Yeah.
It's part of what we
Right.
have to do.
Hmm.
But and I don't get me wrong, I love it. It's fun. I have fun with it. I'm like, don't believe anything I say on social media because this is my playground. I'm playing half the time. But the video stuff, you kind of get a little self-conscious about,
Hmm.
being in front of the camera but I'm over it. I'm over it for the most part. So we have that one video for Porto Amor, but I wanted to say we have videos that we already did one for this new EP. I'm
Hmm.
not going to say for which song because we haven't released the song. We're kind of getting ahead of ourselves. But the goal is to have a video for every single song that's going to be on this next
On this
EP.
CP.
So
Okay.
we're
Great.
already it's already mostly scheduled
Hmm.
for the next two videos. And like I said, we just did one this past weekend. So we're really excited. We're really excited to
Yes, and you should be. Like I said, there's a lot of things that are happening with you, and you guys have been doing this, like you said, from back in late 21 to 22 and whatnot
yeah,
when you guys formed it back in the
yeah.
in the days. But you've already received two different awards, and we're talking about the best vocal performance 2025 for the Tejano Mundial Awards. You
Yes.
also got
Shout
the
out
TMA award back in what was that
in
for best new
2018.
female artist.
Yes.
And then also for the My Tejano Awards también, you
Yes.
have
New
another one.
female.
So I mean,
Yes.
in
Yeah.
3 years, that's a hell of an accomplishment, if you ask
Thank
me.
you. Thank
Because
you.
there's a lot of new artists out there that don't even get recognized. Period. Quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
quite a
There
bit.
are. There are. And I will tell you, it's just been it's definitely a lot of work. It's been a lot of work. And, you got to just keep going. And we don't measure our success through awards, but we're
Hmm.
always so
Right.
grateful to be nominated. And, for us at this point, it's really about making music and
Yeah.
loving the music that you're making. I feel like, and Tweet talks about this all the time, that we're still a new band. I mean, if you think about it, the other bands, DLG, Stephanie Montiel, Elida, Mares, they've been Ramirera, they've been in this business for 30 plus years,
Hmm.
right? 30
Yeah.
plus years. Their sound is pretty consistent with the type of their sound.
Yeah.
We've only been doing this for 2.5 years, so our sound is evolving.
Evolving.
It's
Yeah.
continuously evolving, and we love all music. I always tell Tweet that his playlist is bipolar because it'll go from rock to banda to Bruno Mars. We are just listening to Bruno Mars yesterday. We love all music, so all of those influences you can see will filter into the music that we're making in Tejano music.
Hmm.
That is Tejano music. Obviously, is the music that we love. It's part of our culture. It's part of the music that we grew up with. Of course, Tweet grew up with it. I grew up with it more as a young adult.
Yeah.
Um, and then I went into the cover world, so I was doing mostly English stuff. But but this is truly, the music that speaks to our hearts. And our goal right now is to just continue to make music that we love and that we hope the fans love,
Yeah.
and Extrañame Ahora, Baby, we watch the analytics. I say we, it's me, because I love to watch, I don't know, I like numbers, and, and Extrañame Ahora, Baby is one of the fastest rising songs in terms of
Hmm.
people streaming it,
Yeah.
downloading it, that type of thing. So we're really excited about that.
Yeah,
So
I would think that's all right now because it's like it's all over. You're marketing it very well,
thank
that
you.
that too very very well. There's
Thank you.
some artists that will release some stuff and it's out there, but it sits there. But you're doing a hell of a job doing that. Going
Thank
out there
you.
and putting it out
I
there. I've seen a
work.
lot.
Oh yeah, and I mean, like I said, it's part of the what you got to do, and I
Hmm.
think it was funny because we're always, y'all know I'm always posting stuff, and I said to tweet us like, oh my god, I lost 5 followers, because you don't know who they are, but you see the
Right.
number.
Just
Well, that
changing.
was, yeah, it's changing, um, and then now I think I've gained 30 followers, so
Hmm.
it's one of those things that it happens, some people might get tired of me posting every day and might snooze me, and that's okay. That's what the snooze button is there for.
Hmm.
But I think I was speaking to Sammy Torres last week. Shout out to Sammy. She's doing great things in West
West
Texas, and
Texas.
she's about to start a podcast. I think that's amazing.
Yes. Yes,
But
she is.
I
And
tell her,
Tweet's going to be a guest, right? Tweet
yes,
list.
yes,
Yes. Awesome.
yeah. We had a great conversation about. She's like, if you want to be, I said, well, no, get Tweet on. It's a West Texas thing, and not just a West Texas thing, but I think it was
Yeah.
pretty cool that she wants to feature some people who were born and raised in West Texas, and now
Hmm.
where are they now? And
Yeah.
I think that's great. And so she said, of course, if you and I'm like, Tweet is also the face of Moneda, of Grupo
Yeah.
Moneda. It's not just me. And in fact, that's why I asked him. I said, "Aren't you going to be in this interview with me?"
Yeah.
He's gonna poke his head in here in a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And so,
Totally.
yeah, I think it's great that Tweet is now, he's going to be interviewed. And, this is different for Tweet because in the past, he's, been in the background,
Hmm.
as a musician in the band. And shout out to all the musicians out there because that's kind of what happens. The musicians are in the background. And the artists can't do what we do without a great
Without
team
the
of
yeah.
musicians working
Hmm.
with us.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times they don't get the recognition that they deserve. And
True.
Tweet now being up front and in the forefront of a lot of these interviews now, it's different for him, and I love it. I think it's really cool, and I couldn't do what I do without him as my partner in all this. So
Yes. Good.
I
Great
forget
duo.
what. Oh, but I know, getting back to the social media thing, I was talking
Hmm.
to Sammy, and I said, "Girl, no one's going to promote you like you." So,
Exactly.
for all the artists out there, they already know. You've got people like Gabriella who does such a great job at it. Jenny B, they're all constantly posting, and you have
Constantly.
to do that. Everybody kind of has their own style, the thing that they're using as their niche, I guess, niche. But it's just something you have to do. So I enjoy it. Like I said, don't don't take everything that I post seriously
Oh
because
yeah.
this
Yeah.
is my
Yeah.
playground. I'm playing with
Yes.
y'all.
Yep. For sure. For sure.
So,
So we were talking about that video earlier, Por tu amor.
yes.
So,
Oh yeah.
but before we get to that comment that Mr. Juan Mendoza made, I want to send a shout out going out to let's see, we got here. Mr. Luis Garcia says, "Hi, Angelica y Moneda, tuned in." Lupe Longoria Munoz says, "Hope all is well with Keith. Much love, Lupe." And Sunflower Rodriguez over at Hot Tejano tuned in también.
Hey, what's up, Sunflower? Sunflower and DJ Suavecito. I
Yeah,
am listening to them every morning. They're on Facebook. I love that show. Of course, your show. There are certain DJs and radio personalities that I've connected with. I had a text today from JoJo. Uh, Homer will text me from time to time, and so I love the relationships that we've built, between
yeah,
myself,
very.
the artist, and all of the radio personalities. So thank y'all so much for allowing me to, to have that connection with you guys. I
Yes,
appreciate it.
I think it's very important. I mean, to a certain point, to a level, where
Yes.
the relationships, it's great. It wasn't like that back in the days. I can tell you
Yeah.
that honestly, because I've been doing this for some time now.
Yeah.
Early in the '90s, it was never that way. They would just show up, do their interview, and get out, and never see you
Yeah.
again or hear from
Yeah.
you or nothing like that. But
Yeah.
now it's different, with so much different with technology as well, with the social media and whatnot.
Right.
But yeah, that's great. I think
Yes.
it's change is good, and we
It
definitely
is.
are getting onto that. But yeah,
It
big
is.
shout out to those guys over at Tejano doing great things,
Well,
man.
Mr. Garcia, Jose, we're doing he sent us some music, and
Hmm.
one of his songs is going to be on our EP. So
Okay.
we're working with new songwriters, and like I said, we were so excited that some of them reached out to us, and his is one of my favorites. I mean, I have so many. I can't even decide which song is my favorite, and I keep listening to the draft of what we have, and once I latch onto one, I listen to it over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Of course, the studio guys are like, "Stop listening to it because then you want to change stuff." But same thing with his. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love all the music. I love all the songs on this EP, and
Let's see.
of course, I love all the music we've done in the past too. Sometimes I'll have an Angelica listening day and my own stuff, and I tell Tweet, man, this is a good song. This one was a good song too, and so uh, you gotta love what the music that you're putting out, and it was Carlos Alvarez who told me at we had a Grammy mixer thing. He says, if you don't want to sing this music live, then why are you recording it? He,
Hmm.
he wasn't speaking to any specific song, but he's like, you gotta love the music that you're recording. You gotta want to perform it on stage. And
Hmm.
so we're excited about performing all of this music here that we're
Yeah.
about to put out on La Casa de Moneda EP. So
Nice. We're gonna be definitely on the lookout for that right there.
I
So
talk a lot. So
no, you're good. You're good. That helps me out a lot, right?
okay.
So Juan said she tried to hide it, and we were talking about Por Tu Amor, the video. We
Yeah.
found it, and it made it on the countdown.
I did try to
I
hide
know.
it because I didn't like what I was wearing. I tell everybody that's my shark. I was wearing my shark dress, and I had a anyway. I'm not going to say because people are always like, "Why do you always say it? Why do you always say what?" I can't help it. I can't help myself.
It's
I
not a
always
bad video though.
spill.
It's not a bad video. It's a
Yeah,
great
I always
video. Being
spill
your first, it was
everything.
your first one.
Yes, my
Yeah,
first
it's not
one.
bad at all. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and shout out to Emmanuel J. He helped us, and Greta. They helped us videotape that. So, shout out to those guys. So,
Yes. Awesome.
I appreciate it. I appreciate all the help we get. So,
For sure.
this next video, Ryan Bazan uh,
Okay.
was the videographer, and he also took the pictures that we just posted here recently, where we're all in our. You saw those
Your little
pictures?
photo shoot. Yes, the
Yeah.
2025 Moneda photo shoot.
Yes.
Yes, great. I was going
Mhm.
to touch on that too as well. Yeah, so that was pretty amazing. Got all
Yeah,
the
we had
band,
some.
all the members are in
Yeah,
that
there were
deal, right?
a couple people missing, but
Hmm.
we got most of them. We got most of them,
Awesome.
So, but yeah, we that was a fun photo shoot and just kind of a different look.
Yeah.
I'm always well. We y'all probably don't know this, but see, and I'm spilling it again. But there's always like a inspiration photo that I've seen or someone has shared with me, and I'm like, yeah, I want to do something like that. So we take inspiration from other things and then we
Hmm.
implement it, and that's what happened with the Girls' Night album cover. I had seen an inspiration photo, and I was like, okay, I want to recreate this, and so we did. I do all of our cover art. Well,
Oh, really?
most of
Okay.
it. Yeah,
Most of it.
I do the graphics on our cover art because I'm a control freak. Ask Juan Mendoza in there. I'm
Yes. But the only thing she cannot control is technology, guys. All right. So
Yeah, I cannot control the technology on any live interviews. And
yes.
I'm gonna say I'm still mad at the Three Amigos. And I'm gonna say mad. They put a not so nice picture of me up, and you'll have to ask him about that later. And I
Oh,
hope they
wow.
don't have it. Yeah,
Yes. No, I don't
yeah.
have it. I don't
Okay,
have
good.
it, but I'll get it.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah,
But
no,
yeah.
get it. Have a conversation with him about it. But anyway, so yeah, we had a great photo shoot. Shout out to Ryan Bazan. He's does videos and photos. He did an amazing job. And like I said, I love kind of the vibe, that
Mhm.
we kind of had out there. Everybody in sunglasses. So some of those pictures are going to be part of the EP cover. After all, we weren't sure what we were going to do, so
Okay. All
well,
right. Awesome.
so that's what I was working on today.
Yes, definitely. Ryan Bassan's name comes up a lot, and he's
Oh yeah,
one of the greats in the industry. That whether it's videos or I know I'm sure he does some, a lot of photography también as well,
yeah,
like you
he
said.
does.
So yeah, but yeah, so his name, he's a pretty well known guy in the
Oh
industry. There's
yeah,
no
he
doubt. Great
is. He
work
is.
as that. You know what I mean?
He
So
is.
yeah.
He's done a lot of our photos as well. So
So Ricky Duran says, I respect Angelica, always true to herself in the industry. As others have wavered, Angelica has been a focus on her craft and talent. That's from
thank
Ricky
you.
Duran. Yes,
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I said I was a control freak. It's really about putting the best product out that you can.
hmm
I want it to be great. I want it to be great. I don't want it to
hmm
be just okay. I want it to be great. And and so yeah, we really set the bar for ourselves. The bar
hmm
is not about what that person or this person is doing. It's really, what are we doing? What did we do
Right.
last time, and what did we learn from that, and how can we keep raising that bar and raising the standard for ourselves?
hmm
And so, shout out to Papo Banda, who is
Okay.
Elida Yavante's bass player and an amazing producer and friend. He worked his ass off on Karma, and I mean, it was great working with him. Another conversation I had with Sammy, it's really not about the studio. It's really not about the size of the studio or about the, how glamorous one studio is versus another. It's really about, the people who are in there making that music, working together, and wanting to produce a really well put together song. and
hmm
and and Papo Banda has that talent. I
Is that
mean, Karma, the song Karma that we won the award on here recently with the Tejano Mundial Awards.
Mundial?
Um, a beautiful song. Tweets, the way Tweet played it, and the way all of the instrumentation on that song is Papo
hmm
and Tweet. And I don't think there's anybody else, but yeah, and then myself, but I mean, it's a beautifully produced
Beautiful.
song. And
Yeah.
so so I forget my point, but just, wanting to continue to raise the bar for ourselves, so that
Yeah.
we can, keep challenging ourselves. And that's the goal for us in the studio.
Yes. And that's the way to do it, guys, out there. For
So
all you
thank you, Ricky. That was the
th-
point.
yes, there you go, Rick.
Yeah.
You got your point, Rick. Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Can't wait to see y'all next week. That is coming from Mary Gamboa. That's right. So
Yes, we are going to be traveling to West Texas. We have a big birthday bash we are performing for. It's a private party, Grupo Moneda. This is our second time heading out to West Texas to perform for this particular um, person. And I can't say who or what, but it's a big shindig.
yeah.
We played his company's corporate Christmas party, and they invited us back
Okay.
to
Nice.
perform at his birthday party. So it's going to be a big ranch celebration. I mean, it's going to be huge. So we're really excited to be traveling back to West Texas for that. So
Nice. Great
yeah,
deal. And Tweet's going back to his old stomping grounds, huh?
sort
Somewhere
of,
around there.
sort of
Sort of.
close by. Yeah, close
Close
by.
by.
So yeah.
And Lupe and Muñoz says también, Angelica and Tweet are amazing.
Thank you.
Very
Thank y'all
humble
so much.
guys.
Thank you
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
much. We appreciate y'all.
Mateo Carrion says here, a new fan of Angelica y Moneda, and I was
Hi, Mateo.
extremely
Thank you.
impressed by their live that you did over at, what is it, the was it Levitt, was it Pavilion
Oh
that you guys did there?
yes.
Cannot wait to hear the rest of the album, he says.
Yes, shout out, shout out. It was a crazy day that day.
Yeah.
We traveled up there uh as it's always one of those things where I don't want to take too much of the musicians' times from time. Time is money, and they're
hmm
professional musicians, and so I don't like to leave too early. Because family is comes first and all that, So I think we left like at 10:30, 10:30. And we got on the road. As soon as we hit Austin, there was an accident. And we were stuck in traffic maybe an hour and a half, like not moving at all.
Yeah.
So we finally, anyway, long story short, we finally get to Arlington at our sound check was at 3:30 and we got there right at 3:30. I mean, maybe right at
Hmm.
3:30. Well, Ricardo Castellon's team had just gotten there too, and they hadn't done their sound check. And so they had to do their sound check first. I mean, it was a little bit chaotic, but I ended up, long story short, I say all that to say all of this happens behind the scenes. And then you get on stage, you got to be on time, you get on stage and you
Yeah.
go.
There
It's
you go.
just go like, I'll see you on this, I'll see you on the other side, tweet, you know, and everybody gets on stage and does their job. Everybody does their job. And so that was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. This is our second year at the Levitt, and we performed quite a few of our original songs, but then we closed it out this time with Journey's Separate Ways,
Hmm.
which is a bit of a
Oh,
rock
okay.
song.
Yeah.
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 And that was fun. The crowd like went
Went
wild when
wild,
they
I
when
bet.
they when they heard the intro to that. They were like, "Oh, you know." But sorry, my bad.
No, you're good.
But it was fun. We had a really fun time. So we appreciate them hiring us again this year. It was a blast. It was a blast.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yes. So thank you for that comment there, Mr. Mateo. And
Yes.
also, we support Keith and Houston's Tejano Hits and hope to see you in Pasadena if you have a fest, brother. Yes, we will see you there for sure, Lupe.
Woo.
No doubt about that. We are
And if
going to
you
be
guys
there.
want to bring Moneda to any of your festivals, give us a call. You
Yes.
contact Keith, and Keith will get a hold of me. We were in Houston last year for Cinco de Mayo. I think it was last year, and so we'd love to come back to Houston again. Looking at the analytics, Houston's like our third top city in terms of spinning our music. It's probably all you, Keith. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, let us
Several
know.
of several stations out here. I mean, that I definitely give them props. I mean, they do it. They're trying their best to keep up with that new stuff. The new
Oh,
music, and
good. I appreciate
so
that. We
that's a big
appreciate
shout
that.
out to those guys.
All the new artists appreciate that. So.
Yes.
So, what else you got?
Sammy Torres is on. She
There
says,
she is. I brought you
"Hola,
up,
y'all."
Sammy. I gave you props. I gave your new podcast props. And,
Yes.
we had a conversation about social media and how, anyway, it's a
We're
long
not gonna go
conversation.
there.
We talked for a long time. We talked for a long, long time. So, shout out to Sammy and all the things she is doing.
Yes, for
Uh,
sure.
yes.
Congratulations, also, Sammy, on that on your podcast as well. So,
Yeah.
looking
Yeah.
forward to checking out an episode or two here and there. So, yeah, great deal. And what happens on social media comes to the Three Amigos show. Uh, what is he saying here? As it comes to the Three Amigos, laughing his ass off pretty much. He says, "We'll bring you guys back soon." He says so.
Uh huh. Yeah. Well, let's make sure we have an hour prep time so that I can connect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, an hour, guys. Okay, so make sure. Okay, send that link way earlier than you
Because
normally
it's
do. All
me.
right.
Apparently, it's me. It's not you. It's me.
So
So,
Sammy says a ton of amazing advice. Super grateful for all of it, and I listened with huge ears. LOL.
yes. Yeah.
Awesome music from Mr. Gilbert Zamora, también another artist right there,
Hi, Gilbert.
accordion
How
player there
are
from
you?
Bobby. Saludos, Gilbert. Had the pleasure of meeting him finally personally in San Antonio. I was there
Yeah.
for a quinceañera, and he
Nice.
was, great friend of the father, which is my
Okay.
cousin's husband, and it was just like, wow, you know what I mean? A small world, but he's a
Yeah,
great, humble guy as well. So,
it
saludos,
is.
Gilbert. Yes, man, and continue doing what you do, brother, for sure. There's no doubt. Well, let's take a listen to your new song. Why not?
Okay.
Let's
Sounds
hear it.
good.
Let's throw it up there for everybody to take a listen to it. And remember, guys, this song is available on all streaming platforms. It dropped April, was it 11th? I want to say. I think, yeah. That's the
About 4
information I
weeks
think I
ago.
have. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
About 4 weeks
as
ago.
it's available for you guys to go out there and stream. But take a listen to it. If you like it, go out there and look it up on your favorite platform
Yep.
and add it to
Search
your
Grupo
playlist.
Moneda. Grupo
Yes.
Moneda. Or Angelica and Girls Night. And all our music comes up.
Yes, and let us know what you think. If you guys have never heard her music and you're watching right now, if you don't, and let us know. Yeah, she would love to hear your opinion on the song. And trust me, I guarantee you guys are gonna enjoy it. So check it out. She's biting her nails. All right. Here we go, guys. And we want to thank everybody also on Tejano TV that's tuned in as well. Saludos to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining us right here on Houston's TejanoHits.com live show.
No eres tú la persona que quiero en mi vida. Y aguanto mucho mi corazón. Oficialmente lo nuestro se termina. Al final las palabras se las lleva el viento. Y para perdonarte ya no es el momento. Seguiré mi camino así que voy contigo. Lo que un día nos unió hoy está dividido. ¿Para qué pides tiempo? Ya tuviste de sobra. Extrañame ahora, quite mi foto de tu fondo de pantalla o bloquearte por si un día quieres llamarme. Cero mensajes, porfa, ya no mandes nada. Es contigo de veras, no quiero verte. Bórrate mi nombre, mi cara de tus tatuajes y neta deja ya de molestarme. Al final las palabras se las lleva el viento. Y para perdonarte ya no es el momento. Seguiré mi camino así que voy contigo. Lo que un día nos unió hoy está dividido. ¿Para qué pides tiempo? Ya tuviste de sobra. Extrañame ahora, baby. ¿Para qué pides tiempo? Ya tuviste de sobra. Extrañame ahora. Oh, extrañame ahora,
Extrañame Ahora, Baby is the name of the tune right there. Grupo Moneda right there, guys. Out on all digital platforms. Go out and stream it. It's there. And hey, look who just joined us right here on here, Mr. Tweet Juarez. That's right. And
What's up, Pete?
Hey, what's up, buddy? You doing
How
all
are
right?
you, man?
You done took off all your bartending clothes and whatnot?
That's I do that sometimes from time to time. No, no, I was just checking out the interview, and I thought I would pop in for a
Pop in
minute.
for sure. Yeah, so I
and
was
just
wondering
say
if you were
hi
going
to
to get on.
everybody out there.
Yes, always a pleasure. Great guy, guys. If you're watching out there, and this guy is Latin Grammy. What is it? Accordionist, right? When did you get that? Back in the
I
days.
got it back in 2010 with
Okay.
Elida Diamante,
Nice.
the Fantasia album. So yeah,
Nice.
man, it was
Great accomplishment.
it's one of there's stories behind that. I mean, there's so many things, right? Like that you can talk
Yeah.
about, but it was definitely one of my biggest accomplishments as a musician, and so I'm very proud of it. So
I'm very proud of
so those things, and
it for him.
the only thing
Yeah.
that would make me more proud of that Grammy was if I win a new Grammy with
With-
our band,
with your band,
Moneda,
yes.
because it's a hard-earned, win like that.
Yes,
how you could say.
definitely. Yep, yeah, and you guys are doing a hell of a job. A great duo, as a
Thank
matter
you.
of fact, man. I mean, just
Thank you.
and this song here, like Angelica mentioned earlier, you guys continue to evolve, and the music is definitely evolving, and you can see,
Right.
you can hear it, and I like that, and that's what we need. We need that. We need
Right.
that from a lot out there, and you guys are doing a hell of a job,
Thank
keeping it
you.
up that work right
We
now. So just
appreciate that, Keith. I
keep
mean,
keep
it
doing what you're
takes,
doing. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, and you have to try different things out, right? What you're saying, we're evolving right now, so we're trying different things out on this new album. Man, there's a lot of cool stuff that we did. And a lot more heavier on the keys and stuff like that, less accordion, but
Yeah.
it's really good. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of cool stuff that's happening. And so, we're trying to find our sound. We're just evolving, like you said, man. Throw it in there and see what
Yeah.
happens.
I like it. I like
I
the new
did want to
sound.
say that for Jose Luis Garcia, who is on this, we're actually doing two of his songs. Two
Yes.
of his songs are on this, and I was going to do a post about the songwriters on this album or the EP or the songwriters we've not used before. So it's going to be Martin Gil, who wrote "Extrañame Ahora, Baby," also with Mr. Alfaro, and then we have
Okay.
Jose Luis Garcia has two, and then Cesar Morquecho, who's done other. He writes also for Gabriela.
Yes, I was
So
going to say that.
we've worked with Cesar with I the name is escaping me.
Well,
Anyway,
him and when we did Quiero,
yeah,
it was him and
Yayo,
Yayo
Andiano.
that collaborated on that
Yeah.
song.
So
Okay.
we do have a song with Cesar Morquecho, and then no, it's two songs. We have two songs on our album, and then our friend and co-producer Michael Rodriguez, along with Buriel Diaria, wrote one other song. So we've got
Nice. Okay.
different people
Yeah.
on songwriters
And
on this
that's a
album.
good thing, and it
Yeah,
shows definitely. Yeah.
yes,
So yeah, there he is. Yeah, great song. Jose Luis Garcia is on there. That's right for
yes.
sure.
Two
Yeah, he's
Definitely.
songs.
there.
He's great.
Two
Yeah.
songs. Yeah. So
Awesome.
really
And Sammy
excited.
Torres says over here dancing to the song, making coffee in my
Woo!
Senora
Coffee,
era.
girl. What
LOL.
time is it? What time is
So
it?
I real quick, I saw my buddy Gilbert was sent out a shout out,
Yes.
which Gilbert is accordion player for Valle Pulido.
Hmm.
Hey,
Me and him go way back. Like I think I met him when he was with Elida back like early 2000s.
Oh
So
wow.
big shout
Wow.
out to him because he has his own. He's doing his own music now too, and
Yes.
I'm very proud of him. And he's doing great with everything that he's doing. So big shout out back to him, and I
Mm.
appreciate the comment that he gave us. So
well, one
Yes.
of the things that topics that Sammy Torres and I were talking about, because she was talking about, again, artists and musicians who have come
Hmm.
from West Texas and are doing big things like Tweet Juarez. One of the things that we talked about was Tweet's been in the business for over 25 years.
oh, definitely, yeah.
I mean, he has worked with so many artists and bands and performed with them and some big stuff, and so if you want to talk about maybe one of the just two, because I know there's like 100, but two of the biggest or most memorable stages you've been on, and with who?
Mhm.
Oh man. Okay. So one of the most memorable was when I was with Elida. We did Sombrero Festival in Brownsville.
Okay.
And I mean, I think there was probably like I want to say at least 30,000 people out there at that time.
Wow.
And it was like you look out, right? The stage is so high, like
Looking
you're
at
just way up here, and then like you can see the crowd, and it's like a sea of people,
See
right?
of
So
people.
you're just
Yeah.
like, I mean, you don't even have time to be nervous or anything. You just go with it. You just
Yeah.
run with it, and you go. And there's no sound check or anything like that because there's other bands. It's like a big lineup. So
Yeah.
you just get up there and you go. You can hear. If you can't hear,
be on the other
you just
side.
go. But I mean, at the time, like the band was so tight. Like even if we couldn't hear each other, we already knew what we
It
were
was
doing. So
And who's
yeah.
the second
Um.
Shout out to Elle and the whole crew.
Yeah. Shout out. Yeah.
Their tour.
The tour, the
see other
final
stuff.
tour.
Yeah.
Very proud of the guys, Papo and Lalo and
Yeah.
Elida. I'm
Yeah.
proud of all of them. No, I mean honestly, a lot of my memorable moments were actually with Elida Avante. We did a show with Ramon Ayala. We opened up for Ramon Ayala in Laredo, and that was another show that was man, like it's just the energy,
The energy.
the
Yeah.
energy, the people out there. It was just like wow, like it was amazing. Like you get off the stage and you're kind of like shaking a little bit, where like you can feel the energy of the people, and you get off and you're just so hyped up from the gig, and you're kind of like shaking a little bit, and you're like, man, like that just really happened right now, you
Yeah.
know. So
Yeah.
it's been stuff like that. Like those two gigs were really amazing for
Really
me.
huge for you. For
But
you.
he's worked
Yeah.
with a lot of artists, a lot of
Yeah.
different
I will say one of my favorites though that I worked with will be David Modest. Oh man,
Okay.
hearing that vocal, like
Oh,
playing for him and hearing his vocal on stage, I'm like, man, David Modest is one of those guys. It's like,
yeah, the
he still sounds so good.
Yeah.
At his later years right now, he still sounds great. La
Yeah.
voz de oro. You know what I mean? So the golden voice, and
Golden voice.
How do you get them titles? Tejano people, Tejano industry. How do you get a title? I want to know whether you're gonna be
I don't know.
In the 90s.
I don't
Los
know.
Dedos de Oro, or I mean, La Voz de Oro. That's what they call it.
That's
Yeah.
La voz de oro, man. That's
Man
David
with the
Modest
golden
right
voice.
here. Yeah, the
Honest-
golden voice.
He and his lovely wife showed up at one of our gigs, a Velvet gig at that.
Mhm.
Not too long ago.
Yeah, I think February or March. So anyway, but yeah, it's always great to see,
Yeah.
and I
Artists supporting
admire.
other
I mean,
artists.
I being a vocalist, I love another vocalist. I love to hear David Mares, Jay Perez. I love vocals. I'm always gonna,
Mhm.
of course, zero in on that. He's always gonna listen to the accordion players.
Yeah.
And kind of.
And that's not true. I like the vocals too.
That's not true.
Like, yeah, I
Oh,
love
they
to
should
hear
come
the
in, Angelica,
vocals.
we are fighting. We're
Yeah.
fighting.
No,
Tree,
I'm
Tree,
adapted to hearing everything, so.
Tree, you're not one of those
I don't
critics
think
that just
it's
stand on the side of the stage and be like, "Oh no, you see that? He screwed up, man. He messed that up right there."
No,
That's not how
I
you do
don't
that.
judge nobody.
No, we don't judge.
I don't judge anybody. I'm always,
No, I'm kidding. I'm just joking.
I'm always, I respect everybody, and a lot of the newer bands that are coming out that don't have that. Like, we're a new band too, but I've been in the business for 25
Right.
plus years, right?
Yeah.
So, but what I'm saying is, like, for the newer bands that are just starting, I respect it because I was there at one time, and I know how hard it is to get in. I think it's a little bit easier now.
I'm there now.
I think it's a little bit easier now to get involved with stuff. But back when I started, like, there was no YouTube, there was no,
Right.
there was just KXCN over here, Kakukuka in Houston.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you couldn't get on those stations like that, like, it was hard. Like, it was very hard, very
Yeah.
difficult. But
MySpace didn't even exist at that
there was
time.
no MySpace. There was no, I mean,
Nothing,
it
no
was
social
barely
media,
going.
period.
The World Wide Web was barely like, it was
Yeah.
barely going. So, was it Limelight? What was it?
America Online or some
Exactly.
crap like
I
that.
wasn't born yet.
Yeah. So I respect. I mean, I see the younger bands that are coming out, or the newer bands that are coming out, and
Yeah.
it's I respect it. I respect them because I see myself in them, a lot of the bands, and I'm like, it's great. You got to keep pushing though.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where you have to. I mean, if it doesn't,
Yeah.
if your song doesn't hit, it doesn't hit. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Next.
It's fine. You know what I mean? You just keep
Next.
pushing them out, pushing
Keep
them
pushing.
out, and hopefully something will hit for you. And if it doesn't, it's okay because as long as you enjoy recording what you're recording, then it's okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you
for
do
sure.
it for the love of it. For us, I mean, that's
Mhm.
how I feel about it. I mean,
I will say, I do feel like for all the legends, male or female, anything they do is going to hit. Anything they do is going to
Definitely.
hit. I mean, I
Yeah.
hate to say it, and I think, and I radio does still play a very big role in
Mhm.
promoting the music and
Yeah.
like you said, if stations don't play the new artists, then people aren't going
Yeah,
to know.
Exactly.
Fans aren't going to know that there's more, great music out there.
and I think I heard your interview with Miguel Hernandez
Shout out to
Okay.
Miguel.
Yeah, big shout out to
Good.
him, and he touched on that, you know,
Yeah.
and I totally 100% agree with him. You know, we've all, I mean, he's been in the industry for a long
A long
time,
time. Yeah.
a little bit longer than me, you know, and I've been in it almost 30 years, and you know, but when you start doing your own thing, you know, it's like, you know, you have to, it's a like you have to fight for it more,
More.
but it's like people don't understand, like, okay, well, I was already been, I've done this stuff for a long time.
He talked about paying his dues.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
like the whole pay your dues thing, I'm like, you know, like, what is it?
How am
What
I
is,
gonna, how am
I
I gonna
mean,
pay my dues if you don't let me pay
yeah,
my
I
dues?
mean, what is
Right,
actually paying your
right.
dues?
You know.
You know, I
Yeah.
don't look at it like that. I don't look at it. I look at talent. I say if somebody has talent and they can sing or they can play an instrument and they're good and they can do their thing, I mean, give them a shot. You know
Give 'em a
what I
shot.
mean? There could be the next accordion player, could be the next Steve Jordan, the next David Lee Garza, the
Next
next
tweet
Jordan Guzman. You
Juarez.
don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't know until you give the kid
You
the
give him.
shot or the, you
Yeah.
know, and that's it. You know, the next female singer, the next male singer that are young, or not even have to be young. They could be
Yeah.
older. You know what I mean? It doesn't. If they
You
have the
have to
talent, let's see
exactly.
what they have to say.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the whole paying your dues thing, I think that's overrated. I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
what dues are you paying? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
what? I mean, when I was first started off, I was a roadie. I was doing, you know, lifting speakers, setting up sound. I'm still doing that
Yeah.
now.
I'm doing that.
You know what I mean? I'm still
We're doing that.
So what is
Yeah.
paying dues, really? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I think if you have talent and it can build up the industry, it can make the industry better. Then let's
Let's do
you
it.
know,
Let's get
apoyarlos. You know what
together.
I mean?
Yeah.
Let's get them up there. Let's get them going.
And a lot of what also I want to say, I think we touched on it as well, is a lot of is the promoters. They want to use that. Oh, you have to pay your dues, or you know this. You haven't paid your dues yet, or whatnot. You know, that is, to me, I think it's just a bunch of BS. They just don't know the new music. Facts. I mean, there's a lot of
Right.
promoters out there that don't know. They only know what they brought back in the days. Anytime you
Right.
give them something new, they don't have no clue. You know, Roel
Oh,
Martinez, for instance. Dude's been
yeah.
around for the
Oh,
longest. You know what
forever.
I mean? People out there
Yeah.
don't know who he is, and I'm like, you know, you're full of shit. You know what I mean? But it is true. Yeah.
Great
You know.
example. Great
Yeah.
example. I mean, I paid my dues per se, right? I mean, and I have a new band. Like you would think, you know, I played for Raulito, Emilio, um, you know, Elida. I mean, you know, Ricardo Castillon, La Diferencia,
Yeah.
and now that I have my own band, I don't have to pay my dues per se. I mean,
Exactly.
really, like,
Yeah.
can you give us give us a chance to see what we can do? Like, so that's why I'm real conflicted about the pay your dues thing.
Well,
I
Yeah.
think
Uh,
it's
I
you
do
know,
think also, though, to be fair, to play devil's advocate is, we got to get that. We got to keep pushing out good music. We've got to keep putting out music, and one of those songs is gonna be it.
well, the way I see it is like, you know, you guys, the DJs and everybody that spins the music, give it a chance and let the people decide what
Decide.
if they like it
Yeah.
or not.
Let the fans
Let
decide.
the fans decide. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great or it's just not great. It's cool. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
we're all going towards that. You know, we're all looking for that. You know,
Yeah.
that next big hit. You know, what I mean, as musicians, you know.
And it's tricky because it's a business. It's all, everybody's playing their part in the industry. For radio, it's about advertising. It's about advertising, and people are going to listen to your station if you play the songs they know, and they will choose to advertise to, so
Yeah.
it's this circle, this
Slippery slope.
so
Yeah.
it's a slippery
It's a
slope.
slippery slope.
And that's why you have to love what you're doing, because
Yeah.
you're not
You really
you're not going to get the awards and recognition, and you're not going to get charted and on the charts, and you're not going to get played. But if you enjoy your music, and you're still leaving a footprint
definitely.
Yeah.
in the world, you're still leaving a footprint, and
Yeah.
and a legacy for yourself, your family, that type of thing. And it should be about that. It should be about that. And so I personally love the music we're making. I love the music we're making. And if I died tomorrow, I I would die a happy person because I'm doing what I love,
What
and
you love.
I feel like I'm doing it to the best of my ability, and there's still more I can give. There's still more I want to give, you know. And I'm not done yet. It may not be perfect and the
Yeah.
best, but I'm gonna keep working to make it better than the music I did yesterday, you know. So I'm just gonna keep we're just gonna keep moving. We're just gonna keep moving.
Moving.
Pushing
Yeah.
forward. That's
Keep
it.
pushing forward. Yeah.
And
I mean, honestly, you have to love being in this business. And,
yeah,
I mean, you have to love music as a musician, and because it's not always glamorous and it's not always like praising and all that. And that's okay because,
Yeah.
I mean, you do it for the love of playing your instrument or singing. That's what it really should be about. I mean, for us, if we're recording stuff that we love, then it's okay.
It's
I
okay.
mean,
Yeah.
we've already won. You know what I mean? It's fine.
I will
Yeah.
say Tweet just got into the Latin Grammy membership, so he was
Nice.
accepted. He was actually accepted a few months ago, but we haven't said anything about it. But we're really excited to be.
I'm on again.
What?
I'm on again.
Again, yeah, he's back in.
I'm back in, guys.
You're back in.
Let me back in the
He's
club.
gone for a little bit. Now he's back. He's back. But so we're really excited. Shout out. We're going to be attending the Latin Grammys again this year in Vegas. So we're really excited about doing that. And we go as fans. It's like a concert of, you see all these Latin
That's crazy.
artists.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It was
amazing.
cool. It was really fun.
Yeah.
But shout out also to Eddie Perez,
Yes.
our producer on La Casa de Moneda, who just got his Grammy
Yes.
2 days ago.
American Grammy.
An
at that.
American Grammy.
It's awesome.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Awesome.
And Michael Rodriguez too, our other co-producer. Michael
Yes. Shout out to Michael. He's been working hard. We were sending memes back and forth today about everybody's like
Yeah.
working and teaming us to try to get this.
We're trying to get done, but
Trying to
we're
get done.
pretty much there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty much done. Anyway.
Awesome. Good.
Yeah.
Deal. So
Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead, Tweet. No, I was just
No,
gonna
I just want to give a shout out to Baby Eddie Perez too.
Yes.
He did pretty much all the drums on our new EP. So big shout out to him. Carlos Alvarez is handling
Some of
a
our
lot of our stuff.
publicity.
Yeah. Myra
D.
Myra D.
Yes.
Yeah, so we love her and she's doing a great job, and
And thank you also, Keith, for
yes.
always. I mean, you've supported us and me from day one. Your interview was probably the first interview I did, one of the first. And
Wow.
so, I mean, I truly appreciate everything that you guys do for Grupo
Yes.
Moneda.
Thank you.
We're all in the same boat. You do this
Yeah.
for the love of Tejano music.
Exactly.
And so do we. And so it's not about us individually, me individually, or Tweet individually, or you.
No.
It's about Tejano music and keeping that alive. I love that. I read that Rudy Trevino they're pulling the video archive and pulling all that together to make sure that the stories and the history of Tejano music doesn't die, because there's their video that's on reel and they're transferring it to
Amazing.
getting it digitized and that
Okay.
type of thing. So it was on Tejano Nation a couple of days ago maybe, but I think that's so important. We have to preserve.
It's our
we
culture,
have to
so
preserve
Exactly.
our culture, and we're such a small industry that I mean it could disappear in just another 20 years,
Yeah.
And so what are we doing? What are each of us doing individually to ensure the longevity of our
to
the
keep
hot
it
music?
going.
Yeah.
keep it
to
going.
make sure that it transcends through the younger generations. And
Yeah.
I know we keep talking about that, and I think Miguel, mentioned that we as a unit, we have to promote the newer artists, not necessarily young or old, or maybe they have been doing this for 10 years but haven't really had that opportunity to be on the bigger stages. We just have to keep promoting whoever you want to promote that's new or that's not a legend,
Yeah.
and I think if we do that more, we can together ensure that our
We're-
our music is
Yeah.
going to continue.
I mean,
and
well,
continue to
it's
go
like
forward with it. Yeah.
it's like in anything, and there's always gonna be another legend coming up behind. So who's that gonna be? You know what I mean? Well, there has to be, right?
Yeah.
So, but we got to give them a chance. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like you have to give them a chance to come up and fill that role. It
Yeah.
takes time, obviously, right? It takes a lot of music, it takes a lot of concerts, a lot of videos and stuff like that. But that's us as the older, musicians that have been in the game for a long time. Like that's why I give all the younger guys, all the younger musicians, a big. I'm always like here to help them out and to do what I can for them
Yeah.
because they're the next generation that's going to come up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's how we keep it alive. We have to keep
Exactly.
motivating them to keep pushing it forward.
Mhm.
And that's very important. And
Very, very
I've
important.
donated accordions and stuff like that to the youth, high schools and stuff like that. The youth, and, and just because I think it's very important. It's very important to keep them the younger. If you can grab them younger, to keep the music alive and our culture alive, that it helps out. Any way you can
Yeah.
help out, And I always say if a lot of people talk a lot, they downgrade the Tejano music a lot. I'm like, if you're gonna talk down on it, then you don't belong in the industry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because what we're trying to do is just raise the bar, raise the industry. That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
So, if you're just, always talking down and complaining about it, then you don't belong in the industry. You know what I mean?
See a lot of complaining as
I'm just saying, it's just, if you're not gonna be there to help out, then get out of the
Then
way
get out
and
of the
let
way.
the people
Yeah.
let the people that do want to make it to keep it going.
Exactly. 100%.
It's not about us. It's not about me. It's not about her. It's about the culture. It's about the culture of the music. It's about all of us.
Yeah.
That's really what it's about. It's not just about one single person that can sing the best or play the best accordion or best guitar or whatever. It's not about that. It's about everybody's in this community, in this culture of music
right.
that we do. And that's what we do. And we should all, do something to help the industry and not complain about it.
Yep. And
That's
yeah,
how
you're
I
right.
feel about it.
And there's definitely, and of late, and not of late, but it's always been that way. There's always, someone out there, and like Angelica says, she doesn't. There's not too much of it. There's a lot on our end. We hear it all the time. Trust me. On our end. I don't know how it is out there with you guys, but we definitely hear it all the time. Yeah. So, we get it back and forth. Whether it's for the new artist or for the established artist or the artists that have been in the business for 30 something plus years.
Sure.
I mean, I definitely say one thing: we have to turn the page on that. You know what I mean? The music is there. The music is already there. They're welcome to listen to it anytime. Go get it. But let's turn the page and go with and start sharing these new artists, because again, we're not going to get any further than we are right now if no one does it. We need all the help we can get, and we need everybody to be on the same boat with us. So that's what our focus is here: is continue to push the new artist as much as we can. Whenever we can, we'll add an old song in there, 1 hour, 2 an hour. Okay. Wow, that was a great memory or whatnot, but it's never going to be 90, 10, you know what I mean? It's going to be 90 new and 10% of the old stuff or something like that. It'll always be that way. And it's going to continue. We're just going to fade it out at one point and turn the page.
That's
and
great.
That's it. Because we have to go forward.
Yeah. And you're always going to have to play the classics too. I mean,
they're great.
I
They're
mean,
amazing.
that's what made it. That's what paved the road.
We wouldn't be here
all of
talking
us,
today if that wasn't there.
So,
bottom line.
Yeah. But it's like you said. I mean, and like what I was saying, there has to be other legends coming up behind the legends that are now. I mean, it's just it's like a circle of life, right? Type of deal. So it's one of these days we're gonna be gone, and we want to make sure that it's set up for the younger generation to keep continuing it on. So but we're always positive about everything. Like we always try to stay positive about stuff. I don't like negativity. I don't like getting involved in all that stuff. Like I don't have no time for it.
I used to like put my 2 cents in on everything, and because I like to play. I like to play, and I've learned that if you don't really know me, then you don't know my humor. You don't really know that I'm I'm really just joking.
Just
you know?
joking. Yeah.
I'm kidding. And our friend is like, I'm a nerd. Like I'm really like just dork, a dork nerd. But if you don't know me, I have, I like to play. So I've stopped doing that so much. Tweets like, nope, don't comment on it.
Well,
Funny though.
I'm not big on
Funny.
negativity, so I'm like, it's just
Yeah, so I
I
don't.
don't have no time for it.
I'm not trying to be negative. I want to post something funny, and I'm not
Yeah.
allowed. Not allowed.
No, no.
Yeah, and I have a crazy sense of humor too, but
We do.
I'm like, I'm not, I can't.
He gets me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's all good.
Doesn't get me.
Yeah.
So
Every now
anyway,
and then I do the same thing, and again, my wife will tell me like, no, 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 or
Yeah.
I walk into a restaurant, or I walk just anywhere, wherever I'm at, and she sees that I'm noticing something
yeah.
that I can
Same.
say something about, right there. And she's like, don't say anything. Don't
Stop
say
it.
anything. Stop it. Just
Stop it.
behave. Behave. You better be good. Or
I'm the worst. I'm the worst at like reading the room. I'll just make a joke or I'll do something and I mean, I wish I could say the one when I did the high five. I mean, I'm stupid. And sometimes it's funny. It's like so anyway, long story short, yeah, I have a better filter these days. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, yeah. I mean, well, you got to get your people the people that do know you got to get
They
used to
know.
it because they're used to you
Oh, yeah,
joking
they know.
around and whatnot
They
like
know.
Oh,
that.
yeah,
So
for
it's gonna be
sure.
tough.
They
For
know
sure.
I'm playing.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, back to the music of Grupo Moneda. Again, our new EP, La Casa de Moneda, will be out and available on all digital platforms in probably 2 weeks, about 2.5
Okay.
weeks or so. Finalizing that. There's so much good music on there. Again, we have Cesar Marquecho, we have Jose Luis Garcia, we have Martin Gill, we have songs by Mikey Rodriguez and Burrito.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I miss anybody?
Some
Did I
cool
miss-
stuff coming up for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
Definitely.
so
Yes.
it's really excited about it. Really excited about it. Just finalizing a few things. And Tweet Wattis, of course, is on all the songs except one, right? Except one.
Yeah, and that's like a little secret song that's gonna come out. So it's like,
So,
all right, cool,
yeah.
So
It's
it's
gonna
a
come
fun
on the
album.
EP.
It's gonna be a fun
Be on
EP.
the- Cool. Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
look out for
yeah.
that. Yes.
Yeah.
So,
For sure.
and you get a couple of weeks, so
Yeah.
they can, if if anyone's out there watching right now and don't know where to go to social media, I'm sure they can go to one. Well, you got what, 20 now? 20 pages? No, you don't have to mention
I
them
do,
all.
It's 21.
I do,
21.
but they're for other lines of business.
Yeah.
So
So-
Angelica Alcoser is Tejano.
Tejano. So look her up, guys, and that's on Facebook, all platforms.
Yes, Facebook, on Instagram, it's Alcoser Angelica, and TikTok, it's Angelica Alcoser. I post some stuff on TikTok that I won't post on Facebook. So y'all have to follow me on TikTok. And I think that's all of them, isn't that all of them?
I think
I'm not.
maybe, I don't know. I'm
not
sure we're missing one or two.
We're on YouTube, but we also have a website.
We'll find out on the next interview, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
We also have a website called that is monedamusic.com. www. You don't have to say that, but monedamusic.com, and we share our bio on there. We share our latest music on there.
Kids, upcoming gigs, stuff like that.
Yeah, stuff like that. All the articles
Merchandise.
that we've ever been on Tejano Nation. Some videos and stuff like that. So monedamusic.com, and you can
Okay.
email us. You can call me. If you guys have any festivals coming up, we have some things in the works, and let us know. We are
Hit
ready
me
to
up,
go.
Tweet Waters on Facebook. I'm always there, so I
That'll
share a lot of stuff. And you can message me if you need something. Let me know. Let us know.
There we go. Yes. And before we go, guys, before we wrap things up, I'm going to go all the way back because I know that there's a lot of people that were
let's
watching
see
it.
the
I want to
comments.
see who we got here. Awesome song that was coming from, of course, Juan Mendoza.
Thank
No,
you,
that was
Juan.
Yo Tweet. I think we already passed that one. Power Couple. That was from Ricky Duran right there.
Oh,
That's
Thank you.
there. Roland Cuellar says, first heard the song when it debuted on the radio. Love it.
woo.
That was
Thank
after we
you.
played the song.
Thank
And La Reina, you guys are awesome. She says there's another artist
She's
right there.
great. She's great. She's got new merch coming out.
There you go. Be on the lookout for that, guys, as well. And expand the brand. I guess we were talking about something there when Ricky commented on that.
Yeah.
Again, nice song coming from, well, he says, nice new song, Extrañame Ahora, Baby, Angelica. Again, from Albert Miranda.
Thank you.
So that was after we played the song. Yep, tweet, you the man, bro. He says, y'all are a great team coming from Gilbert Zamora.
Gilby,
well.
my boy Gilbert.
And we got Antonio Vega says, I'll have to get back to see the interview, but saludos to everyone. So thank you for tuning in anyhow, Tony. And George Vences también, also out of California. He's in the building. Saludos to everyone. Angelica Moneda, Freestyle Cartel in the building. Awesome show, Keith. Thank you, brother. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. All the way from California. Nice.
California, yes. And, well, for real, I'm like, how did I not know Tweet was West Texas? And that's coming from Sammy Torres right there. She says,
Yeah, she didn't know that. She thought I was from West Texas.
yeah, we are going to cover it, though, on the podcast for sure, she says.
Yeah.
Born and raised.
Yeah. Good deal. That's awesome.
I'm from
right
West Side. I'm from the West Side. not from
West Side.
Side.
Roxanne Ruiz también is tuned in. Saludos. She says hello. Let's see. Julian Gonzalez también from Fiebre.
Oh, Julian.
Saludos.
Yeah, Julian.
Saludos, Julian. Looking forward to checking him out next
Hi,
weekend.
Julian.
Yeah. And let's see what we got here. Gilbert says again, I guess we were talking about all kinds of stuff earlier.
Yeah.
So it was like we were tag teaming with artists. LOL. David Matas and everybody.
That's for sure.
Because
That's for sure.
not both were jumping.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Rick Rodriguez right now. He says, how's everybody doing? Slick Rick in the house. Tejano to the bone. Tejano TV in the house. Saludos,
Slick
Rick.
Rick, we just saw him in Arlington.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Mr. Slick Rick. Saludos, brother.
Rick.
And Rick, dial up. That's when we're talking about the internet back in the days.
I like
Dial up,
that.
LOL. So, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Brew that pot of coffee and wait for it to connect.
Was it AOL or something, right?
Remember?
Yeah, AOL.
Hey, I wasn't born yet. Ah.
And like Julian, this was a comment here that would have caught our deal. It says we had to learn songs the hard way. Maybe some of the festivals that we were talking about or whatnot.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So I know
On
what you're talking
cassette.
about.
On cassette.
Yeah. It was all attitude and everything.
Yeah. Rick Rodriguez. Rick says, "What happened to your beard, Keith? Well, I decided to shave it off. You know, it was time. I did it twice already, so I'm like, yeah, I'm done. I don't know what I'm gonna do next, so we'll figure it out. You know, I might throw some designs or something in there. I don't know.
There you go.
So anyway, appreciate that, Rick. And that's when internet radio. That's why internet radio was made. And I guess he was thinking about for the new artist and whatnot, because you know a lot of the locals don't want to touch it. Agreed. Show that talent, you could be the next best thing. Oh, I guess, yeah. Show that talent, you could be the next best thing. He's agreed, and we were talking about something. Obviously, we're missing a lot of the comments because we were, we were talking, and
We're in it. We're in it, man. We're in it.
This one comment comes from George. He says, if there was one thing that you could change in this genre to succeed or make it better, what would it be?
Oh man.
I think for every show that has a headliner, the Legends, they should put in a new band, a new artist.
Yeah.
Like, you know, or give the new artist, and you know, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess whether it be a band or track, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would agree with that.
You know,
Sure.
if DLG's playing over at
Thirsty Horse.
Thirsty Horse,
Mm-hmm.
Moneda, we can open up, yo,
Open
Joey, we can open
Yeah.
up.
See, and again, that's something that we've been touching on for a while. Whatever
Yeah.
happened to the opening acts?
It's giving the artist, the new artist, a shot. You know,
Mhm.
giving them a shot. I mean, promoters, everybody, like, hey, you know what? Let's get a shot. And I get it. I know it's business and everything like that.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, how are we gonna expand if you can't get these newer artists out there to show what they can do?
And I will say, shout out to DLG and Joey, because I did get on their stage. They invited me up on their stage to sing a Laura Canales song a couple years
Yeah.
ago.
Awesome.
That was
It was
so
great. It was great.
amazing. I was
I had the
like,
footage.
what? I like and I mean, it was exciting, right? And Tweet's like, they don't do that.
I'm like, they don't hardly ever call
They don't-
females up there, so
They don't
it's
invite
great.
a female artist up to sing with
To
them,
sing, yeah.
Yeah, so it was great.
This is big, and me not, Tweet's been in the industry for so long. I've just come in, and I'm
Mhm.
like, wow, okay,
Yeah.
DLG, you need another.
I'm
You need
gonna have
a
to
new
release that.
No offense, right?
I'm gonna have to release that video footage I have of that.
No, don't.
It's really good.
No, Caesar, I love you, but I'm like, DLG, it's time for a woman. It's time for a woman to lead the DL to be the singer on DLG. Come on.
Right.
But then when Moneda,
If she goes to DLG, then I guess I'll have to start my conjunto.
so I'm just
I'll
saying,
start my conjunto.
right?
Like, all right.
has it ever been done?
Right.
Those vocals on DLG are high. I just
For sure.
Okay, I just
There you
kidding.
go,
Shout out
right
to
there.
Caesar though. Caesar does.
Shout out to Caesar,
Caesar.
yes, and
Great singer.
Caesar.
He's a very humble guy.
Oh my
Oh,
God,
yeah.
he is.
Yeah.
Love,
I love Caesar.
love Caesar. So anyway, all right, I digress. Back
There we
to
go.
what would you change, sir?
Oh no, I mean, I would just say like, as far as giving the younger people or the new artists, I mean, I think that's the only way to really make it better nowadays, because I feel like, the artists that are the legends now have been in it for so long that we need more people to come up now, but they need to have the chance,
Yeah.
the opportunity.
Chanza.
They
Yeah,
need the opportunity
For sure.
to do it. So I think that's one thing that I say, yeah, they need to, I would change that.
Yeah.
Let these younger people, and not necessarily younger, but the newer
You keep
people
saying that because I'm older.
No.
Yeah, I mean, just there's no doubt about that. So, George, we hope that those answers there, are great for you right there. But you have some great answers, También, for sure. There's no doubt about that. La Reina again says, yes, love the music and how it connects us all. The love of music and how it connects us all. Thank you, La Reina. And Sammy says, stay in touch, guys. Y'all keep on kicking butt, and we'll see you on, Capturada, her podcast. Yeah.
Yes.
For sure.
Sure.
For sure.
So,
Look forward to that one.
yeah, look out for that, guy. It's coming soon. I know she's working hard right now. She's got a schedule and tweets on it as well. Mr.
For
Victor
sure.
MC Frijole, saludos y bendiciones, Moneda.
Hola, Victor.
Saludos.
And Rick said he's doing it for the fat checks. LOL. Well, Ricky, yes. Okay, so Victor's got another one in here right quick. It says there are so many new Tejano artists, and sometimes it's sad that most folks are still stuck and won't move forward, to the new music. Yeah. Well, I mean, they've been saying that for years now, I mean, it's okay to listen to this stuff and play it and whatnot, but I mean, again, there's other stuff that's out there that people want, that don't want, I mean, they don't want to hear it because they're not used to it. And I guess it's some of the older crowd or whatnot, but we have to get that younger generation. There's
It's
no doubt
balance.
about that.
It's just balancing it.
Yeah.
It's all. And,
It's just balancing it all.
And
Yeah.
one thing I would say about like the new artists, like sometimes there's new artists that come out and just do like one or two songs and that's it.
and never hear from them
And,
again.
and then you never hear from them again. So like when I say newer artists, I'm talking about people that are constantly working,
Mhm.
releasing music every year after year, you know what I mean? Singles after singles or EPs after EPs, that are constant with what they're doing,
Right.
and that's what I'm talking about, because it's one of those things where you have to just keep going and going and going. And sometimes it can be like, you're like, oh, I don't really want to do this because it's not really doing anything for us, and we're just spending a lot of money. And
It's a lot of money, by the way.
it's hard,
Yeah.
to keep it
It's-
going.
It's not hundreds, it's thousands.
Yeah. So
So
when I say newer, I'm like the people that are actually putting in the work and releasing music all the time. Like they're just being consistent.
Being consistent.
Being consistent.
So imagine, and again, that's why it falls back to you gotta love what you do, and the gigs for us pay for the studio time.
Yeah.
We reinvest our money in.
Right.
So we could use the money to go to
something
Hawaii.
else.
Go to
Yeah,
Hawaii.
obviously,
You
yeah,
know, could
easily, yeah.
go to
but we don't
Hawaii
do that.
3 times. But we're doing it for Tejano music. We're doing it because we love the music. And so I think if, I mean, I know people know that, I know we all know that it's expensive.
Well, I really don't think a lot of people really know
It's
what actually goes into like recording an EP or an album. Like, when like us, we don't have a label. We self fund ourselves, so it's a lot. Like
very
it's a lot of money. It's a lot of time. So it's a lot of work.
and so I feel like if maybe more people maybe, or I mean, I guess I don't like to talk about money, and but maybe we do, want to talk about it because it's so expensive, and if it's a sacrifice that we're making for we're giving up other things
Yeah.
for the love of our culture,
Yeah.
for the love of the Hana music, of our industry, of just wanting to do something great with music and positive with music. And so if that love was, or if not love, but if that if the industry knew that exchange, or understood that for people who don't have a lot of gigs or a lot of extra money, too much money, it's just, then maybe they would say, you know what, they're doing this for my industry. Like if they were saying out loud, wow, they're dropping money into the industry that I love, that I'm a legend in, you know what, I'm gonna give them a chance. I'm gonna say, hey, or the radio stations who love Tejano music and promote Tejano music, you know what, wow, these artists are spending money and funneling it back into this industry, and let's throw them a bone.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
It
really is.
It really is.
It's a big deal. I
for
mean,
us,
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to record songs, and then if you don't get no airplay, you're like, man, am I even doing anything with this? And it's sometimes it can be like, oh man, why am I even doing this? But and not to say that we're doing it because we want to be on the radio, but it's nice for people to have, to have our back on stuff that we know that we're doing, and to how do you say, because we're putting our life. I mean, this is our livelihood too. Like we do this, like this is what we do 24/7.
And I think that's why you see over the years, I mean, even in the short number of years that I've been involved in Tejano music, I've seen quite a few artists drop off. I can list a bunch, and I'm not going to, but I can list, at least 6 or 7 female singers that were really
There were. I know. And I've got a couple of them in mind that I know.
right,
that have dropped
and
off.
they're gone because there was no traction. They didn't get any traction, and I mean, you have to eat, breathe, and this, if you want to do this. And I truly believe the people who really make it, and I'm talking about outside of that's all they're thinking about is music, promotion and art, videos and artwork, and the musicians, and getting their set lists out, and I mean learning new music, and I mean it's constant. It is constant. And if you don't come to the table knowing that it's going to be that,
that's difficult.
And to know that there are some artists out there doing that right now and still not getting traction, that it can be discouraging. And so like I said, I've seen a lot of artists drop off the face of Tejano music. It's kind of sad. It's kind of sad to see that, but you keep going, hoping you're gonna see that traction.
It's a tough business. It's a tough business.
Oh, yeah. At the end of the day.
But it's all music. It's all industries.
Yeah, it's
not
I believe it's in any genre you get into.
Any genre, yeah.
So you have to. That's why you say we say you have to love it.
You have to love it.
You have to love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So, well, we got some, like Johnny Martinez is on right now. Johnny Martinez, saludos. Sometimes you record
Johnny?
music and it doesn't get played until 10 years later. LOL. he
Yeah.
says. You know,
To like-
another
No,
great
for
artist
sure.
right there. Another guy that just doing amazing things. I mean, again, he's always makes some great music. Has been for years.
For sure, yeah.
Yes. Mr. Rick Valderrama también. What up, fam?
Rick.
Rick Valderrama, my office
Rick.
buddy.
Rick tuned in. Devin Banda también, the beautiful
Devin
Angelica.
Banda. Hey,
Shout out to
girl.
Devin.
A shout out to Devin, her new music. And I think, you know, I see Devin performing with Lucky Joe. And I think that's great. Lucky Joe has a platform, and he's definitely lucky to have that beautiful wife of his. But you know, he's giving her a platform. He's giving her a platform to be able to perform her music, and that's exactly what we
That's
need.
how it should be.
That's exactly what we need. And you know, Devin Bonda's been in the business for quite a while now, but this is actually getting her on stage with her new music. People can hear it, people can see her perform it, and that we need more of that. We definitely need
Yeah.
more of that, you know. So shout out to Devin. She's a sweetheart.
Shout out.
Yes. Saludos, Devin. Thank you for tuning in. And Jay Sterling also. Saludos, Keith, Angelica, and
Yay.
Tweet, fellow Big Spring artist here.
Jay Sterling, man, I haven't met him. I know he's from Big Spring.
What?
Well, I think our age, I don't know if our age gap is different or what, but I had never met him in person. So I look forward to
There
meeting you, Jay. Oh, there's been some great musicians coming out of Big Spring for sure.
Jay's from
Yeah.
Big Spring. Tweet John Ontiveros and the girl
Gracie
Gracie
from Little Joe,
from Little Joe.
trumpet players.
All of these artists are from this itty bitty little town. I don't understand it.
And there's more. So Jay Sterling's another one that's
Yeah.
he's blowing up the charts right now with his
Yeah.
stuff, man. So
Yeah.
He's doing
It's
amazing.
awesome.
He's got a song that
great.
just
Yeah.
released también. It's starting to pick up. It's doing great.
it's great.
So, yeah.
I always love to have a fellow Big Springian,
Big Springer.
somebody from Big
Springer.
Spring to come out. I think it's great. So
Springer.
shout out to Jay Sterling, man.
Somebody
For sure.
stand up, and it
Yeah,
was
for
Jay.
sure.
Yeah,
There
they
we go.
standing up
For
for
sure.
Big Spring boy.
We there. We represent.
Yeah. Yes, and he says, yes, sir. Been following y'all for a while. Look forward to meeting y'all as well, brother. He
Definitely.
says, I'm the younger age group, 23.
Oh,
Okay, yeah. Hey, we need to collaborate something, man. That'd be great.
Yes.
Big shout out also to my good buddy, Mr. Tony V, Antonio Vega. You guys know who I'm talking about. West Texas, TejanoExplosion.com, Smoke and DJ Smoke and all those guys.
Nice.
This is Monday through Friday,
Yes.
1 to 4 p.m. They play nothing but new artist music. So, yeah, big
DJ
shout out
Smoke,
to those guys.
He plays our music, so
Yep.
thank you.
Yeah.
He did like a double play, a quadruple play the other day. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Smoke must have been drunk, huh? No, I'm kidding. That's a good old
I was
Smoke.
saying-
No, not in a mean
offended.
way, but Smoke.
Nah,
Every time I
sure.
turn on his live, he's always, I don't know.
He's always drunk. What?
Well, no, not he's not. No, he's never. I don't
Uh-huh.
think. I don't think he'll probably have
Keith,
one or two on the
Keith.
deal, but he always just he's out of the blue does something. He's like, "Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere." I'm like, I just log right off because I know
You,
he's
like,
going to come back and
swipe.
start talking mess. You know what I mean? But great guy, DJ Smoke is a
Yeah.
great guy as well, man. He says, "With Smoke, you never know." I love that guy. Yeah, that's true. You never know when
Uh-huh.
you never know if he's drinking or not. But yeah, but he's a great one. So
Yes.
another big shout out to Mr. Smoke if he catches this one as well. So guys, again, I mean that's a big. I'm just gonna wrap things up for us here. We appreciate y'all taking the time,
Thank
Helico
you.
Tweet, for
Thank
joining
you,
us here on the
Keith.
interview. Anytime you're welcome
Thank
back.
you,
Y'all
man.
already know that, and
We appreciate what you do for our industry,
Yes.
man. And thank you for having us today. It means a lot for us.
and we want everybody out there to stream the music as well, guys. Okay,
Yes.
right here.
Sure.
Grupo
Yes.
Moneda, Extrañame Ahora Baby is the new single that's out now, okay, on all platforms. So go and grab that. And also, guys, don't forget, también, in a couple of weeks, the EP is going to
Yep.
be dropping, right? So,
La Casa de Moneda, Grupo Moneda. So, yeah, we have a 6-song EP coming out, and we're really excited about all of it. So, connect to us, you guys. We can't wait for you to see it. Plus the videos. We already
Yes.
did one video this last weekend.
It's gonna be fun. some
So
fun out.
one
Fun
video
easy.
for each song on the EP. That's
Yeah.
that's amazing. Yeah.
We already have one for a song we haven't released,
Mhm.
and we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep doing it. That's different for us. We've never done videos. We're gonna do videos.
Yeah.
Except for that one, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Except the mystery
We
video.
don't talk about that video.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about that. So Juan, you got to get rid of that one, Juan. You definitely got to get rid of that one. Take it off of the countdown.
And take off that picture of me that you all posted, Juan.
Juan, yes.
Oh, rude.
That had to be D. That had to be D.
Yeah,
It was. Well, it was.
it was
Yeah.
me. You don't know me like that.
See, I got one more. Devin says they are incredible, and I'm so excited to see what's in store for them. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Good luck
Thank
in
you,
all you
Devin.
do.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Shout out to Lila, by the way, the most important part of that team.
Over Three Amigos and
Yeah.
Tejano TV and all
Yes.
yes, Lila. Saludos. What? LOL. That's Mr. Juan Mendoza. So he still is watching. Yes.
Mele,
It's
You
almost
know-
past their bedtime,
Juan,
Juan.
what picture was it that I'm talking about? Huh? You tell everybody how y'all did me.
Oh.
Meanings.
Can you send me that pic over here?
It was mean.
It was mean. Yeah. I'm telling you, it had to be D. I don't think Juan would do anything like that. Or maybe I could be wrong. Also, Rodriguez is also tuned in también. He says hello. Saludos
Hello.
also.
So Rodriguez, hey, bro.
So
All right.
thank you, everybody. Thank you all
Thank
who
y'all so
tuned
much.
in. Yes.
Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Yes, thank
for
you,
hanging out with
guys.
us. Thank you for downloading our music, for supporting us. We love you guys, and we will see you soon.
There you go. Right there. It's the Angelica y Moneda, guys. Right there. Stream the music available on all platforms. It's available today. Be on the lookout for the EP. It's going to be dropping very, very soon. Follow her on all her social media pages. I mean, to keep up with all the latest and greatest things she's got going on, shows, you name it. Okay. Right there. Give her a follow on all social media
Definitely.
platforms, guys. All right. So thank you so much once again for joining us. Y'all have a blessed night.
Thank you, Keith.
Yeah,
Bye.
thank you.
Bye, Houston.
Oh.